at least most visible ones, are on their T side.
Yeah.
Specifically Mirage, but other maps as well. Cajun, that flash, the team flash, does force him off. Those nades we were talking about, once again, do favour Cloud9. They've got very little to work with for the rest of this round. Vice, an aggressive angle. He has to take these. He has to be proactive, and he's going for the fight. He wasn't expecting close. And now Golden's there to back him up. A second would be lovely. It's not going to be the case, though. The Danes, they've got themselves a nice little lead, and Automatic has arrived just in the nick of time to keep Banana under control.
So, if you're Astralis now, you know you've killed 2 players towards the B side. Rotation almost definite. It's going to be Automatic, and he knows he has to play heads-up camera strike here. He can't just sit back on the bomb site. He needs intel. He needs a frag, ideally. He gets it. Does he want to fade away? He does. I like this from Automatic. He stays for now. The bomb's down. He's actually done a really strong job. Glaive on the other side, though, outstays his welcome. I think he just assumed it was clear. I like the idea of getting 1 kill and falling back, funneling them towards a 2-man play towards A. That would have been great. But I guess he didn't feel like he had enough intel to really justify that.
You painted the picture perfectly, though, because now you could understand Automatic's decision-making. He immediately wanted to give them the absolute call, saying, yes, boys, you know, fortify A, they're on the way. Glaive, he just realised he had so much time to play with, he could linger. And, well, that linger gets him a frag. 8-4 is the score. Looking for the 9th now, Astralis, they've got themselves the bomb down with a man advantage.
Have no more utility now, Alex. Rush and Cajun B certainly capable of winning the round, but Rush will have to step up. He's had some big moments so far. This one will have to be absolutely massive. Bomb ticking away at some pace now. He has no idea who these last 2 players are. He can no longer defuse the bomb, just hoping to get a consolation frag. That's not going to happen. There we have it. It is going to be 9-4. Astralis bounce back. A nice sort of gambit from Cloud9 to push towards that B position. We noticed early on in the half they didn't seem to be as confident in their ability to actually challenge towards B. This time, opening frag. They actually get an equal situation. It was looking good, but then that was the push. Automatic, low HP, as you mentioned, is trying to get definitive information as to whether they're going towards A or B. That was a brave call on 10 HP, the one he had, but I don't hate it. And it was just unfortunate. The Glaive, very, very good in Inferno. A specialist on this map was just waiting for the mistake.
And they did down to 16 points of health before any of those frags. He got 2. Look at this. Aggression being rewarded. A Molotov frag as well as Magisk spray. That's the B defenders gone. Cajun B, not Automatic, is the first on the scene for this rotate now.
Oof, and they're still aware of him as well. They're spamming through this smoke.
90 seconds on the clock and you've just lost both your B defenders. It's such an uphill struggle now. Cloud9, they're going to have some heroics.
Yeah, they really are. I'm not really sure what the call would be at this stage, like how you get yourself out of this position.
I mean, they're going to check this. They're going to spray it, right?
Is he still behind that?
He is. Listen.
I like it. Cajun, I like this a lot.
They surely check this. Someone.
I don't think they will.
Path. It's going to be 1. He has to get out. No, going to find a second Magisk. He opened this round. He intends to close it. Automatic's in trouble as well. But look at Astralis' restraint. Catches one on the retreat. That's Magisk gone. Does throw a molly to give him a little bit of a chance to stabilize, but I think he's actually got a good read.
Yeah, this is looking fantastic. Really strong counter-strike here for Cloud9. This is what they had to do. You can still see, even with the perfect calls and setup, it might not be enough here, but Automatic's in position. I love this. 1 versus 1 now. Device versus Automatic. The Device challenges. Automatic couldn't have played that round better. He pulled out all the stops there. They made great mid-round calls. They were reacting to the defeats they were finding in the initial engagements, but still, it's just that difference, that 5% that Astralis seem to have over most teams. As soon as you feel like you've got them, they find a way out of it. They can fight their way out of almost every situation.
3v5. You lose 2 players, you manage to get it down to a 1v2.
Yeah, it was great.
You know where a 1v1. I should correct myself. They really handled that well.
So see that repeat from Device. So he knew, the crossover. Automatic was trying to get towards quad and just really kind of bamboozle him while he had to go for the plant. Really nice idea, great effort, and he'll be gutted he didn't win it, but there it is, double digits for Astralis. And you can see the money, not fantastic on either side. Galil's, Mac 10s, UMPs, and an opening, I was about to say Deagle kill, would look good for Cajun, but it's Dupree, again, getting his 13th kill in the apartments.
Taps his crouch key as he's showed his face for the first time. That click is going to be difficult. And now the numbers are going to continue just to collect for Astralis. It's the final round of the first half of our second game here on our first day for EPL Season 9 finals. Just the one for Automatic CZ before he's shut down by Zipnix's Mac 10.
Well, just the 2 players remain, Vice and Golden. And they're both towards A, to be fair, so you can't write this off fully. There's a chance that the pistols will deliver, but If you're Astralis, you've still got a boatload of utility, and you've got a bit of information now that at least one player's towards A. Do you want to commit to this? No. Get towards B. That's a really nice play. A lot of teams would be like, I don't want to use the word lazy, but they're just like, oh, it's just a pistol, let's just get through. But there is a chance you open the floodgates there. They now know there's a player that's rotated from B. We know he's a B player. Let's get to the other side of the map. If Vice is towards A, you can pretty much guarantee B's going to be open. Nice work from Glaive. Good calls, and it's up to Golden now to win a 2-on-1. He's got a smoke and a Molotov, but he doesn't really have the time to work with them. He has to just jump through now and see if he can get a quick kill, and he knows it. He's trying to do anything. Every trick in the book here, Alex.
Trying to draw out fire, have a chance to see the tracer fire. Connect through the smoke. Now the Molotov's touching him down to 7. Smoke on top of it. All chances starting to dwindle now for Golden, and it's going to be Decree just to receive the 11th round. Astralis, what a spectacular half. That's the T half, need I remind you, and they're looking poised to collect this one.
They really are, and it's about what we expected. Cloud9 in turmoil right now. We're going to take a break and be back with the second half. Do not go anywhere.
Have your girlfriend run straight to my yard and have her up in my bed. Yep, 20 minutes I'm dead. I tell her okay leave, no Snapchat or back chat please. What color is your backpack? Yep, green. Tell your boyfriend he's a whack twat G. Shake it. Shake it. Shake it. Let's go. Army with me like Xerxes. Understand he can't hurt me. Got a couple dickies chilling in my room. We'll be shaking it like a twerk team. Baby, show me where the curves be. Curious, I'm not pervy. Honestly, you and your bestie could go and develop a new twerk scene like.
Turn my heart into something gold. No, I sold my soul to the devil long ago.
And so the story continues for Cloud9, a team in disarray facing the very best. Astralis 11-4 up at the half, going into the CT side of Inferno, the side they often thrive the most on, one of their most potent map picks. I am Machine, I'm joined by Henry G, and we're going straight back into the thick of it.
Oh, we really are, and it's not looking good for the North Americans, I have to say. They are going to find themselves in a spot of bother here. The pistol is an absolute must-win. They have one smoke, one HE, and we'll see if they want to head towards B be off that. Zipex, he'll be finding out early if they are regardless. He's pushing down right down towards the bottom of middle here, and they are going to send 5 players towards B. They have 1 smoke for the CT cross, and Magisk, Zipex coming in the back lines here. This makes things incredibly difficult to contain.
The patience of Magisk. He knew he only needed 1. He took an additional second while he had someone staring straight into his eyes and managed to catch the player lining up the smoke towards Logs. Now just 2 remain. There was 4 members of Astralis in middle at the start of that round. It gives you a whole lot of power in Dupree. Well, he's oozing power right now. 2 very quick frags with the USP to connect the round, and that is 12 now to 4. You said it was a must-win, and there now the story gets dreary, now it gets bleak, but also positive. I mean, let's talk about Astralis for a moment, because this is a team, you said something to prove, but let's add some context to that, because this is a team that just not long ago, 5-6 months ago, we would have said we'd just start talking about semi-finals, we start talking about grand finals.
Unfortunately for them, and this is not something I subscribe to, it's they've gone from being the poster boys of CSGO to almost the villains in the last month or so, and they know it.
Yeah.
There's nothing to do with them specifically. There's a lot of drama outside the game, and I feel like it's affecting them mentally. I feel like that's obviously not the only reason they have skipped out on some big events. They maybe haven't had as much of a practice regimen you may expect, but they're not looking their best. But it's not like it's over. A lot of people say, you'll never see them back. They're never going to perform again. Let's chill out and see what they can do. And Automatic, he's doing something a little bit filthy towards middle. That's a lovely shot from him. But yeah, we'll get into that a little bit later in the timeout. Maybe we'll kind of delve into it a bit further. But for now, 3 versus 3. Cloud9 making something of this. Remember, they got no armor here, Alex. They didn't really play
They had
much
nothing. They had a deagle for Automatic, and it was enough to find the entry. Zipnix will shut down the low HP of Vice. And there's a second man right there, Golden, who will scavenge away his teammate's UMP. So it's a mental game, Counter-Strike, and Astralis' kind of performance is definitely testament to that. It's not just about your capability of putting your head, or putting your let me get this right. The crosshair on the head and clicking. That's the words I was trying to say. But they start to regroup. Cloud9, they really haven't got anything. They're juggling this 1 UMP. It's their golden ticket to a potential 5th round. Bomb in the hands of Cajun as well. Golden, he is going to be the bait. Take note, kids. This is a 19 HP Glock looking for info. Didn't quite bear fruit. It will be double for Dupree. Same as the round prior. A little double from Dupe to bring them number 13.
Well, this is where the game comes to a head. If Cloud9 are going to have a chance of pulling this one back as a start right here, right now. They cannot afford to give up any more rounds at this stage of the game. They took the full eco in the previous round so they could have AKs right here. They're 13-4 down. They're not going to take the timeout, at least not yet, and confirm they're not going to. 5 AKs, or distinct lack of utility as well. Rush with just a Molotov and the smokes. Same story for Golden as well. This will be a very difficult round for them as Device brings out that infamous AWP. And this is one of his most spectacular maps. It really suits his playstyle. You can be dynamic, you can be assertive, you can be aggressive, you can do all of it. As look at the damage that's being done, but there's a bit more. That's more like it from Vice. He gets right up towards the top of that half wall. Double kill for him. And Astralis are known for this. They should be saving at this stage. They don't necessarily need to go for this round at all. May just at least rotate over and see what's available to them. That might change their mind. It's Cajun B trying to lurk out of the apartment. So,
if he was to pull the trigger. 3 on the site already. Bomb's gonna that's gonna tag Automatic down again. Magisk finishes it off. That's Golden down. Now 3v3. Vice and Automatic, they're low as well. They could go for this. You said, yeah, typically Astralis would choose to save, and they are all still gathering around the A site. Now they've taken Rush down from behind enemy lines. There are kits present. I say that with a pinch of salt. Nope, no kit available. I guess this is just a contained procedure. They're going to concede the round and just try and make it as costly for the North Americans as possible.
We'll see. They are both locked in towards Emo here. It's a bit of a classic setup, but you're right. At least everyone will be going down at the blast at this point. It's Majors taking one down, but they haven't suspected Automatic there as well. So you're right. They get all the kills there, and I feel like 2 players should survive. Actually, all 3 of them. So that's not bad at all. They give the round up. And like I said, Astralis are a team known when they give up those sort of plays at the start, when they give up 2 frags, they would normally just turtle up on the bomb site. They find Cajun B backstabbing from the apartment position, and that's the cue. They said they might as well go for it, might as well see what damage can be done. They take all 5 players down, keep 3 up themselves, and they've got a 13-5 scoreline. Look how it affects Cloud9 going forward, Alex. They have 4 Galils and a Mac 10 to try and stay alive in this best of 1.
After winning a round.
After winning the previous round. That's why it's so so valuable just to go for those last few kills. If one of them survives, they wouldn't be in such a difficult spot, but all 5 go down, and that means $3,500 per player. Automatic, he'll go in first, but Zipex waiting. He'll be at the sandbags, guns him down with the UMP, and it's just an absolute bloodbath here at the top of B. Zipex will be taken down in due course. Same story for Mages, but there is one more player waiting for them. That is going to be Glaive. He's so strong on the B bomb side. If he ever gets the player, you'll see some fireworks go off. And he's only got the UMP, but a great smoke to buy some time. Reposition can happen here. And Cloud9 shouldn't be committing anytime soon. You can see the bomb right down there at T-steps. So they're going to have trust in Glaive to say, you hold that by yourself, aim for 1 kill, Device and Dupree. That's where the firepower is. The heavy artillery, the AWP and the AK-47. If they do end up there, those boys will be able to handle it.
Now, what cue did these two receive? Because both of them are starting to barrel towards B. Device and Dupree. Is it a gamble? Was there something Glaive heard? He heard steps running away from Banana, but he did turn back. It was Golden who kind of looked a little indecisive. Now the smokes are raining in towards B. Still no commitment with that bomb.
This is what we call a gamble stack, I suppose. They know they've lost 2 kills towards B, so the natural inclination, I guess, from Cloud9 at this point, let's finish up there. They probably have 1 player there. If Astralis do let the bomb get planted towards A, that could be an issue.
Info. Look at Rush.
But Device is there. He's in library. He seems to be aware of this. He's got him. Oh, not quite, but he knows that. Does he know?
He's moving like he does. And that's going to be enough. Dude, that's twice now. Rush has been caught off by this Device rotate every time.
So Device now needs to go towards library. If he can get to library before they get to quad, he actually has a shot. There it is. That's the play we need to see. Oh, the timing. 9 seconds. Can he deny the plant? It's not the low HP player, so it's not going to happen. But a 3-on-2 winnable round for Cloud9. Galil, AK, 1 flashbang in a 3 versus 2 now.
Vice, he's low, but he can still do damage. He's already found 2 in this round. We can kind of just count him out. Cajun is the linchpin. He has a flashbang and a Galil. These sacrifices they had to make because of Astralis' hunting could come back to haunt them. That's a fight he has to win on Glaive. Quick adjustment, and they do go down to just 1. Dupree, he's got the kit. But he doesn't have too much time. He doesn't have the fight, and he is going to be backing out of this one. Cloud9, a necessity once again. They need to start closing this gap. Perhaps a little cleaner than that, but they'll take anything they can. 3 from Vice, and a huge performance from a player that we haven't really been talking too much about.
Absolutely true. What the future holds for him with the current rumours of Cloud9 is yet to be seen, but wants to put himself in the shop window and show he can frag with the best of them. That was a really strong round from him. 3 kills in total. A difficult post-plant situation as well. 3 versus 2. You got a Galil. 1 player absolutely the walking wounded there with 4 HP. They win the round. They actually shut the Astralis cash down here as well. And this is where things got very interesting. The exchange of grenades running through the flames. That's Vice down to just 24 HP at the very start of the round. Finished up on 3 kills. Force buy of sorts.
Astralis force buying.
So we've got the Dupree AK-47 from the previous round. You've got P250, CZs, a shotgun. They haven't got all in. Zipex still has 1700, but they've got enough to win a round here. The shotgun, it's one of those weapons. If you get that 1 kill, you're normally going to steal away a rifle, and that's when the round turns on its head.
Let's see how Cloud9 intend to pick this round up. Similar strategy of just poking and prodding without a commitment of the bomb. Nade, evade from Device. Things here to stand still. First contact does look likely to be on B, and Dupree so poised for that. He's just taking the fight in the open. He knows he's got to do something special. He's the only real, solid weapon on his side, and so takes the fight rather actively, and it's rewarded. Now Cloud9, they start to set their sights towards the A site. They haven't even got brackets yet. They're yet to clear these corners.
This is such a scary round. You know, a player like Dupree's got an AK. You've lost that first pick. You don't really have much left. Automatic's already been tagged up as well. You have almost 0 map control. You've got a bit of middle, but it smokes off towards Arch. You don't know what resides on the other side there.
You've got to spend 10 seconds clearing Banana again.
Yep, and they now have to execute. They do have the utility to Molotov new boxes, coffins, and CT spawn, but there is a boosted player. Zipex, luckily for them, only has the P250, but that sort of position, I'd say it's good for 1 frag. Nice bait work from Dupree. Is it enough, though? We'll see. Zipex needs to find now 2 kills to stand a chance of winning the round, and surely they're going to check it. First is his. He's not going to find many with the P250, but he's done well to get 1.5. Yeah.
How is he alive? Glaive finishes what Zipnik started. 8 seconds. Where's that bomb? It needs to be planted. Rush is the one doing just that. Cajun B in the meantime does the dirty. Glaive down. 2v3. It actually kind of favors Cloud9 at this point. Rush is going to get himself into a prime position to catch more than 1. And that's the start. Device gone. 2v2 now. They're still locked out on construction. The smoke's still there. Magiski could go for a risky walk through it. Cajun's there holding the support. Start to regroup. They haven't got the weapons for this fight. They shouldn't have the weapons for this fight, as I hear a dink and rushes down to 3. And, well, Zipnix finishes it. Now close quarters to Max 7. He flies around the corner. Not far off, but Cloud9 gets 7.
They absolutely do, Alex.
Whew.
It wasn't pretty,
My goodness.
but they got there in the end, and that's all that counts. Remember, that wasn't the force from Astralis, but they did invest a lot. So there we have it. It's going to be 13-7. Cloud9 will keep themselves in it for now, but you can still see it doesn't look comfortable over there. You're not seeing the hugs, the fist bumps coming through. It's just a sigh of relief at that point. It's like, okay, we've won that round.
Did it.
We should be up against an eco now. Let's hope we can have a cleaner one here, because KGB had to dig so deep to get that final kill. And PD-15s, 5-7s, no armor apart from Zipex, who gets Kevlar and the CZ. So looking for 8 rounds here. Cloud9 shouldn't be an issue.
I'm loving the different coloured Molotovs on the map. I haven't seen that before. That's gorgeous. So CT's flames are blue.
Let me check that out.
Yeah, this is so that the orange one. That's your default T-molly.
I like
and
that a lot.
incendiaries are blue.
That's something I've been
Isn't that
asking
cool?
for
Look,
years.
check it out. Look, here you go. Oh, there's a smoke. Damn you. Keep your eyes for the blue flame, but I like that. That's smart.
That is a very good point. Always evolving. Always just kind of changing little things like that makes the viewing experience that much better. Yeah, I got to see Dupree in his position towards the boiler room. Rush gets his head plucked off by Dupree. That's not bad at all. He is a little bit deadly with that deagle,
I mean,
Alex.
that's ballsy, right? You hear him, you know he's got a better weapon than you, and you swing in with a one click of your mouse. It's a heavy investment and a player gone now from Cloud9.
Well then, it all comes to a standstill for now, but Cloud9 have got arch control. This is the perfect play from them, considering the setup of Astralis. Yeah, it's a nice crossfire, but Magus can do nothing for that. He's not going to get killed towards Libby from that position. He'll do what he can, but a little bit of damage is about it. And lovely stuff there from Cloud9. Well held, not so much panic at all, making sure they pincer the bomb site together, they get the information, hit the shots, nothing too technical required, and that's going to be round in their favour, absolutely so. I don't see a world where this goes against them. Zipex and Device, they'll be holding towards the arch side. Glaive T-Spawn, they're just looking for any sort of exit frags they can get at this stage.
I mean, an LAK would certainly not go amiss. Into the next, their money's far from comfortable. Automatic, he's hunting for Zipnix. He wants an extra bit of $300 in his back pocket and does do just that. Glaive's the last man standing. He's at T-steps. He's probably going to be meeting Vice's AK in a couple of seconds' time. At what point do I start saying Cloud9 closing the gap? When can I start saying they're closing the gap?
I normally say, Alex, the rule of thumb is double digits, we can start talking about a comeback. So until that moment, we kind of maintain the storyline that Astralis are just waiting to close this out, but if we get to 13-10, that's when you can start bringing in your storyline.
Yeah,
you can start bringing all that gravitas from the desk. You can start bringing that all in.
Great, I'm excited.
We'll get a soundtrack over the back, you can do a monologue and everything.
I'd like that.
There you go.
Oh,
Here it comes.
And so, Cloud9, they called an important timeout. It was time to fight or flight. Rounds 8 to 13. I mean, that gap is so small for Astralis. Your margin for error is already out of the window.
Exactly.
And on the T side as well, it can spiral so quickly. If just one member of this Danish powerhouse decides to take a fight early, you lose it. That's a scary disadvantage to overcome.
It absolutely is, Alex. This is where Cloud9 will have to prove themselves. Nothing to lose this event. They want to show that this team can still compete with the big names. We get into round number 22. It's a full buy on either side. Device brings out his iconic AWP. Up against the 5 AKs here at Cloud9. Fast approach from Golden once again, this time punished by Glaive. And if you're a CT player, an opening pick like that, taking no damage, get the hell out of there. You're happy with it. You don't need to fight anymore. The battle is essentially over, but they still want more. It's going to be Device who gets that kill towards the boiler room, I believe, as they get a 5-on-3 and heavy damage inflicted towards Automatic and Vice.
This is very big from Rush, though. He sees the smoke, catches the fight before the smoke plumed. Gives him a way out as well. Numbers still favour Astralis, though, thanks to Device's handiwork. He is gone now, Orc lying on the ground idle. And they start to gather towards mid. Rushy was the first on the scene. He hasn't gathered too much ground since, though. Currently held by Magisk, with Dupree picking up his teammates. Or where did that bullet come from? Spot of damage doesn't distract him, though, as much as it did me, and Rush does get the trade. That's a big start. Automatic, he's present as well with the bomb.
Now you got Magisk, who is one of, or I would say, the best pit player in the game right now. This is the final boss of the A-bomb, so you got to try and get him out of position. Everyone knows where he plays, but it doesn't seem to matter. His orc work is absolutely stellar. He's done enough there just to take the aggro for his teammates. He gets that very important really strong shot as well, I have to say, towards Graveyard. Once he gets that, his teammates can all swing out, and I really don't feel like I'm going over the top there. Mage's in pit is so impressive. You watch some of his demos, the way he plays that spot is just second to none.
And if any of you, kind of wince at the idea of being the best at a particular position,
Sure.
I implore you to try and play it. You realise just how difficult it is to truly have impact on pit. Everyone's checking pit, everyone's nading pit, everyone's looking at pit. It's one of your priority, T-side clears. And to be able to find multi-kills regularly, especially when it's an expectation of your opponent, is a skill. And it's something
exactly. I've made it to play Broken Wall almost every single round and get away with it. Olafmeister is doing great work in that spot as well.
Another name I'd throw in the ring.
Absolutely. There's so many players. And Twist, that's one final one.
There we go.
Those are the big heavy hitters in that position. It's not easy.
A certain skill set required. Cajun B, that's an important first frag. Sure, he paid the price, and Rush, well, he's played the ultimate one. He's out. He may be forced to watch as the 15th is on the board for his opponents. Cajun's already tagged. He did manage to find 2, though. Dupree falls. It next to trade on to Golden. Ooh, Vice has gone on a bit of a scouting mission here.
He's actually managed to break through the initial choke point at least. This kill is very important with the gap in the smoke. That smoke, unfortunately, at pro level, you see that way too often. The smoke, it just looks like it's such a dead deal. But as soon as you do have that one small gap, it can cost you the round because you're not aware of it until you cross. Bomb to be planted at least. 3 versus 2. Backstab coming in from the bottom of B. I think that's devised for the AWP, and indeed it is. He watches towards the barrels, but Cajun B's positioned himself perfectly. Lovely shot as well.
I like the idea from that. The Molotov was going to give Glaive sound cues to wallbang through that road, through the stained glass. Didn't connect, now a 2v2.
Both players towards the banana position. Is there a smoke for the CTs? Absolutely not. If there was, that's a guaranteed round in my book. But now Cajun B, he can fight a little bit more, and it's up to Automatic, AK in hand. One of these players will have to defuse with the kit. That'll be Zipex. Low HP Glaive to defend. I don't think they can do this. Automatic should be able to win this, no problem. Oh no, he's let it go away.
Long. It was just 2 seconds. That is a real shame. Glaive, he had the low HP, he wanted to try and keep Automatic busy, gets the frag, and just a little wider than he anticipated for the defuse.
You're absolutely right. It felt like as soon as he got that first kill, the low HP players, it looked like it was done just 1 second.
If there was a flowchart for his thought process, it's check bomb, it's not where I expected, he's probably pushing me, so that little bit of hesitation.
So you can plant, obviously, directly on the coffins, and maybe that was the angle he's suspecting. You could just get the instant peek, and yes, you're right, it was just a quarter of a second it cost him to swing out a little bit further, and that was it. It was too much, and that's the danger point now. It's going to be Cloud9 with 7 map points ahead of them. So they've got Mac 10s, 3 AKs here. Unfortunately, it's just a matter of time, I would say, at this stage until Astralis close it out. But if they can break the money now, somehow, there's still a conversation to be had that can take us to overtime.
I like the aggression from Vice, unfazed by the importance of the round, and he gets it relatively painlessly. That's a B defender gone. You can see immediately Device springs to life. He's on the rotate. Does have the Org on his back for this one. 3 Orgs and the FAMAS for Magisk. C9, though, with this early frag, didn't necessarily choose to push too much. Oof, decoy scares me. 2-2 split for the CTs. Not a whisper on Inferno.
It's very quiet, isn't it? Almost haunting. 40 seconds. Bomb's still down. Remember, with 35 seconds here, Alex, the bomb's in underpass. Now, that's a problem in itself. You're getting great map control here. Golden will go back and retrieve, but the time he does and gets towards middle, time will be a very massive factor of this round. 20 seconds at this point. Mages can Dupree both holding the pit once again.
This is the primo headshot angle from Dupree being held. He's going to have to adapt. He wants to play the time now. He realizes 15 seconds. Survival is all that matters. He's being pushed, though. Cajun, being a hero, once again, double kills. The bomb will go down in time. And the 2 CTs, they're scarpering. Zipnix, he's out of there. He's going to try and keep hold of his weapon, because things are going to start getting a little bit scary if Cloud9 build a bank, right? I mean, the realistic check boxes for a comeback is they start to build a load of money, load of Skrilla, and go on this delightful little spree. Not losing weapons, clean rounds, scary.
They can justify this push as well. They know Astralis saved 2 rifles. There's a chance they can win the next round. They want to remove this AUG from Zipek. And looks like they've done enough here. Maybe not quite. It's not a huge deal. But still, they really wanted to take him down just because they know if they do force around his AUG next round, they're still going to have a lot of problems just to fully reinvest in this round. Remember, for winning a round in CSGO with the bomb explosion, it's $3,500 per player. You had 3 players at 0 there. So it's going to be Rush, Automatic, getting $3,500 each. That's enough for what, like an AK armor. You're going to have to get some drops in there as well, so they can juggle the money around. It will be fine, but there's going to be compromises here, and we'll see what those are as we get into the next round. They might want to take a timeout here just to fully explore all the options. So it's not too bad. Okay. Yeah. So with the AUG being brought in as well, it's actually pretty decent for them. And you can see Astralis, they invest again into this one. Not fully, they save themselves about $600 per player. But they've got the AUG, the CZ, they won that first kill. Zipex and Magus pushing through, and it's going to be a double kill in their favor. 1 goes against them, and it's Dupree looking to close this out right here, right now. 3 versus 2. Russian Cajun B to hold on.
Magisk did not let go of W, just charging, wanted his 1 and got it. Caught off guard from a very speedy Dane. Now Russian Cajun to keep Cloud9's hopes of this best of 1 win.
Oh, if Devices gets 1 kill here, all bets are off, round's over. But they've got the bomb down, and now they'll be aware of that prospect.
A trifecta of threat, though. Looking to retake this one. A nice little Molotov will keep Device locked in towards balcony. Cajun B's hungry for info. He wants to just paint a little bit of a picture of where they're coming from. Now Device shows. That's info. 1 of 3 has been called, and now you do see the swing. Glaive trying to get the CZ frag. It's going to be all onto Cajun. He's got to do more. It's not enough. Device. Patience prevails. Astralis prevail. And the Danes are off to the best of 3, staying in the upper bracket.
Well, there we have it. 16-9 will be your final scoreline there. Just to confirm the bomb will be defused. A little bit touch and go there, but it's absolutely fine. Astralis, a pretty dominant performance there. But shout out to Cloud9. They did not go down without a fight there, Alex. They were swinging until the very end. They made it a respectable scoreline as well. Against Astralis on Inferno, 16-9. Not the end of the world. And they showed character in the first half as well. They looked like they were out of it. They managed to get together a decent amount of rounds towards the end. It looked like there was a chance, but ultimately Astralis, the favourites going into this one, they closed it out. That's all they had to do in this best of 1. Solid performance from them.